my actual eyesight. Is there the high drive? Deep center! Go! 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 We're out of here! We're out of here! Say ya, playa!
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood, Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A gold pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks.
All right, just like it, just like it just happened. It really did. We are here at 1:30, dead on time. I have not seen too many games this year that have been perfectly on time, but here we are. Zach Stitchway getting it started as the Northampton Spartans of East Bethlehem are here, and they're going to try to make a mark with one win, securing a regional championship and a ticket to Auburn, New York. The first pitch from the Don Bosco right-hander Zach Stitchway is a foul ball, and we are underway, 1-0, or 0-1 rather. Stitchway, 31 and a third innings this year, 4.6 ERA as a freshman, 7 starts. This is his 8th as a Roadrunner. There's a strike, 0-2. Braden Cummings, the national runner-up in stolen bases for NJCAA Division III. He's leading us off here for the Spartans from the left-handed batter's box. That one is on the outside corner, strike 3, and Cummings is out.
Next up,
One away.
Brandon Ratty.
And here is Brandon Ratty.
Maria, what's his name?
As we said, there are, in almost every major statistical hitting category, there is either a Spartan, a Roadrunner, or a Jersey Blue that has that advantage in the top 5 ranked nationally. We were talking about earlier how in the top 4 in RBIs, the entire top 4, with the exception of the number 5 guy from Century University, is in the top 5 for that runs batted in condition, or for the statistic. But it's 1-1 to Ratty. Fastball right down the pipe, 1-2. RCSJ beat Brookdale in a thriller, 7-5, to take home the semifinal and advance to the championship. 1-2. Little tapper got jammed over to second base, picked up, and a flip to first is going to get away. Goes down the line, ricochets off of the dugout, and that will be a leadoff error to start the game after a strikeout. So just 2 at-bats in, we've got our first base runner.
Next up, number 15, Alexander Ruiz.
So here is Alexander Ruiz.
Again, not paying attention. Batters number 15.
Northampton 47-8, despite having fewer wins than Brookdale. They were placed in the number 2 seed of this tournament, and they're going to say strike called, 0-1. Alexander Ruiz, the sophomore out of J.P. McCaskey High School in Lancaster, out in Amish country, 0-1. Oh, he lost. He broke the bat. He broke his metal bat, and he's going to ground into a double play. I have never seen that before. He broke his... oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? This weekend has been all kinds of wild, and it ends with that. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. I've seen wooden bats break all the time, but not... Alexander Ruiz, the
All
sophomore
right,
of
Brandon
JP
Radke
getting the start here. The sophomore out of Pleasant Valley, PA. He's had himself a good year. As on the hill, a 0.55 ERA in 8 appearances. This is his 5th start. A complete game earlier this year, 33 innings, 37 strikeouts, 12 walks, and a incredible 144 batting average against. He faces off against the Penn commit, Gavin Degnan. Slider misses out. 1-0. First 3 for RCGC in the bottom of the first will be Degnan, Peralta, and Doolin, the same 3 as game 1. Fouled back. Obviously, it's a little rare at the collegiate level to see the number 2 hitter also be the pitcher. That's usually a high school thing. Somebody bats in the middle of the order because they're one of their best hitters and they're one of their best pitchers. Certainly RCSJ didn't do that earlier today. And I don't think we saw that from Brookdale either. No, we didn't. So 2-1 is the count to Degnan. Degnan went 3 for 4 in game 1, the semifinal earlier this morning. Yes, there's a strike. 2-2 on the breaking ball. But he's got a very healthy mix of fast and slow. A great off speed. That curveball drops on the front door, and it leaves you hanging. As there's a foul ball, look out behind us. Oh, wow, it just missed the, like a 98 Ford Taurus back there. 2-2 to Degnan. And the pitch. Sends it the other way. That's going to drop down into the right field corner for a base hit. Degnan's on his horse around second. The outfielder falls down. He's going to get to third base on a 3-bagger. A triple for Degnan on a miscue and right. And he's got himself a leadoff triple.
For your Roadrunners, number 21, Juan Peralta.
Let's take a look at that DWB replay, that double play on a broken bat that ended the first inning. Alexander Ruiz, the sophomore of J.P. McCaskey High School in Lancaster, out in Amish country. 0-1. Oh, he lost. He broke the bat. He broke his metal bat, and he's going to ground into a double play. Funky play indeed. First pitch is a strike to Juan Peralta. That one's hit into right field. Going over, going back, and making the catch. Degnan tags. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's cut off, and it's missed. 1-0 as Degnan scores just like that.
Next up for your
Wasted no
Roadrunners,
time.
number 6, Caden Doolin.
As Luis Beto made the play in right, and a sac fly makes it 1-0. Here's Caden Doolin. Here's a ground ball by Doolin out towards second base. There, wasted no time in the backhanded throw. Got him. Good play there.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 28, Max D'Alessandro.
Max D'Alessandro was the hero in Game 1 and earned our Harper Driving School Player of the Game honors with 4 RBIs, including a 3-run home run in the 7th to turn the tide. Brookdale was up 5-1, a 3-run home run by the former Lenape stud. He got it done and turned this game around. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss, it's 0-1, and that's exactly what I mentioned earlier, is that he can blow you away with the fastball, but he also has a very sweeping slider that, you know, works in a very three-dimensional way. It breaks down and it breaks away. Even though his release point isn't exactly above his head, it's a little closer to the 3/4 mark, but yet he still has that down and away break that can really fool right-handed hitters, which is the majority of your market anyway. Polanco on deck as there's a line drive, almost hit him. It goes out towards second, the throw to first in time. Great play over at second base to retire the side. As number 16, Manuel Basoro makes the play. After 1-0 RCSJ. Tommy D's Home Design Center has opened a second location on Creek Road in Belmar, operating in Philadelphia for over 25 years and now expanding into South Jersey. Tommy D's is the place to go for kitchen cabinets, countertops, and cabinet accessories, heavily discounted compared to big box retailers.
Stop in, take a seat, and watch as our experienced kitchen designer makes the kitchen of your dreams right in front of you. Tommy D's is the best in the business for quality kitchen countertops and cabinets that fit all budgets. Call us today at 856-210-9504 or visit the new location in person on the corner of Creek Road and Harding Avenue in Belmar next to the 42 on-ramp.
Top of the second, RCSJ gets on the board first with a sac fly to right. Northampton went down in order thanks to a broken bat double play off the bat of Ruiz, which is common in baseball, but not in metal bat baseball. Here's a ground ball to third. Polanco fires it on a hop, and he got him. One away. So Robert Farino is retired.
Luis Beto.
And here is Luis Beto.
What was that batter?
So Robert Farino is retired on the 5-3 ground out, and this brings up Beto. First pitch inside.
This is Beato here? 'Cause I didn't have the last
Right at the belt. 1-0.
This here's Beto.
Okay, so Farino, just so.
Farino, number 20.
Beto out of Muhlenberg High School in Bethlehem, not far from Northampton. Appeal says, well, no appeal needed. Strike call, it's 1-1.
And now I should have Beto. Might pronounce it.
406 average as a freshman. 43 for 106, 4 homers, and 18 extra base hits. 40 RBIs with an incredibly impressive .726 slugging percentage. Count is 1-2 to Beto. With the first baseman, Peter Hrosis, on deck.
I'll get it.
Outside, 2-2.
Third base blocker. Oh, you went first base first.
Strike 3. Second strikeout of the night for the Roadrunners, and there's 2 away.
Next up, number 12, Gabriel Casso.
Oh, excuse me, Gabriel Casso. He will be followed by Peter Hrosis if he gets aboard, but 2 up, 2 down. Northampton still looking for their first hit, and considering that these two have played before in Friday's opening round, with Northampton taking the first one 11-4, you know, this is where a double elimination bracket gets really, really funky, because if you think about it in the way of these guys have already played on Friday, they've kind of figured each other out, and Northampton's beat them by 7 the first time that they played. That one missed, 1-1. But a thing to consider is that Northampton is in the driver's seat. If they win this first game, it's over, and we go home. But if RCSJ wins the first one, then you've got to play another 9 innings again. There's a base hit in the center field. So a knock by Casso brings up Peter Hrosis.
Next up, number 26, Peter Hrosis.
Manuel Barroso on deck for Northampton here in the top of the second. We're through an inning and 2/3 for their man and Don Bosco alum Stitchway. At the letters, 1-0. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. 95% of students pass their road test with Harper on the first try. Book an appointment today for you or your child at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman, right off of Lambs Road. There's another strike, 1-1. He's been pounding the zone early. He's mostly been favoring that fastball, sometimes up, sometimes a little in, but he's been able to make it work all over the zone. The only thing that I haven't really seen is like a backdoor fastball where he has to reach for it and send it the other way. Throw back to first, not in time. That was a close call there, but yeah, for a guy that's mostly been favoring the fastball, you know, they've gotten something good out of it already.
His last name, right? Antonio.
She's like, don't call me Antonio. I'm like, why would they call you Antonio? You're obviously Antonio.
Some Brookdale players have actually come back to the stadium after losing to watch the game.
Somebody gets hit by a pitch.
Some of the guys are, like, there were a couple charter vans that showed up to take some Brookdale players home, but some of them actually, after their season ended, are now sitting in the front row of the grandstands and watching this game. I would imagine, considering where these guys are in South Jersey, it wouldn't be unthinkable. And actually, Coach Johnson is here too. The legendary Coach Johnson, he's here. So they might be keeping a good spirit about it. 1-2, 2 outs, runner goes. That one's up and in. Here comes the throw down to second base. The throw goes into center field. That one was way high and away. And he gets down to second base, so Casso gets in there, and the count is 1-2. RCSJ will bring 5, 6, and 7 to the plate in the second. Polanco, Spacavento, and Hernandez. Two. That one skips between the legs of Lombardi, and now he gets to third. So the tying run is in there, and Casso now advances all the way to third in just 2 pitches. He advances from first to second on a stolen base, and now gets to third on a wild pitch, pass the ball, whatever you want to call it. They're in a good spot here for Perosis, the first baseman. 3-2, 2 outs. Up and in, ball 4. And now here is Manuel Barroso.
Next up, number 16, Manuel Barroso.
We should be walking. No.
So here is Barroso.
It says Barroso.
That's their.
Ball 1.
Presented with conflicting information, you have decided.
Barroso, the freshman out of Puerto Rico, from the Beltran Academy, run by probably future Major League Baseball Hall of Famer Carlos Beltran. 1-0 with the runners in the corners is up and in. He's having trouble here. But he has been fastball heavy, so they know when it's not a lick of nothing towards the strike zone, then you're just going to have to hold on and hold on to the bat, because Northampton is very smart about how they're playing this right now. They know that he's heavy on the fastball, like there, and he's just been a little bit all over the place. He's gotten in a little bit of pressure, and now he's rattled. It's 3-0. You've got runners on the corners. You could load the bases for their number 9 hitter, John Smale. 3 balls, no strikes, with a chance to load the bases, and he does so right there. A 4-pitch free pass to Barroso, and in the span of 3 batters, the bases are loaded. Here comes RCGC's pitching coach. Yeah, this is not something that you want to see if you're RCSJ. You obviously lost on Friday, 11-4. You don't want the same narrative to start getting in your heads of, you know, can we beat these guys? Because you can. You beat them in the regular season. But Northampton has probably given all of these teams in the tournament, Middlesex, Brookdale, and RCGC, they've given them the hardest time. You know, they may be the number 2 seed on paper, but, you know, when it comes to defeating the reigning national champions from last year who beat Dallas Eastfield, there's not many like what Northampton can do. And like I said, this is the thing about junior college baseball, is that there are, out of the top 5 nationally ranked teams, 3 of them are in this tournament. Brookdale was number 5, Northampton was number 3, and RCGC was number 1. And that's the crazy thing, is that you've got 23, 24 regions of JUCO baseball all over the country, from all 4 corners of the U.S. And in your top 5, 3 of them are in one tournament, and only one of them will advance to the national championship in Auburn. Bases loaded, 2 out for John Smale, the left fielder. Down 1-0. Smale out of Pleasant Valley in Kunkletown. Northampton's dugout getting all riled up here in the second. That one's outside 2-0. But this is the kind of chess game that you've got to play against these guys. You've got to get in the pitcher's head, and the best way to do it is to just be loud and be proud. Hype up your guys, give them what you can, give them your best shot, and get your opponent rattled a little more. There's a strike, 2-1. Northampton was retired quickly with a ground out and a strikeout, but have turned it around with a single and 2 walks, one of them being a 4-pitch pass. There's a strike. 2-2. Smale, the freshman outfielder, has collected 7 hits in his last 5 games, including a 3-hit performance in Game 1 of a doubleheader versus Salem on the 11th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fouled back. Still 2-2. Outside, and the count is full. And here's where my catchphrase comes out. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And that's exactly where they're at right now. Bases loaded, full count. A chance to tie the game on a free pass, something that Stitchway has allowed 2 of in this inning. 3-2 to Smale is fouled back off the top of the netting. A single and 2 walks have gotten us to this point. If the inning continues, Brandon Cummings will be next. The leadoff man who struck out in his first at-bat.
We got somebody.
We got somebody warming up for RCSJ. We'll take a look at that in a second. He got him! Strike 3 on the outside corner, and Smale leaves the bases loaded. We're through 1.5 at Sewell. 1-0 Roadrunners. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Bottom of the second inning, and the first pitch from Ratty to Polanco is a ball, 1-0. That's down. Polanco, Spacavento, and Hernandez. 5, 6, and 7 for the Roadrunners here in the second. That's 2-0. That one's outside. 3-0. Both pitchers have been struggling to find the strike zone. You know, we've seen a lot of balls off the bat hit well, but that's if you throw it in the strike zone. Gets a hold of this one and cranks it into center field for a base hit. Eddie Polanco gets the first hit of the second.
For the Roadrunners, number 25, Joe Spacavento.
It was Joe Spacavento. We did not see him in game one, but we've seen a fair bit of him all season. Like we said, the mindset for RCSJ is that they're playing 3 games today because you got to beat Northampton once in game one, and then you got to beat them twice, or you got to beat them twice in total. So, you know, your mindset as the coach has to be do or die. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So you have to start thinking in terms of 27 innings. Rob Valley talking to the home plate umpire. Spacavento, the freshman out of Northern Highlands, batting .371 with 2 homers, 29 ribbies, and 26 runs scored. So what's going on here? So now just a quick discussion with not just the home plate umpire, but Adrian Yaguez, the Northampton head coach, and Rob Valley out there. I'm not sure what the discussion is, though. That's something that I will say. So now the umpires are coming in. I don't know if they saw, and Yaguez is saying the umpires are telling Yaguez, the head coach, that you got to go back in the dugout. So I think the umpires are just trying to keep a private discussion. They don't want them getting involved in, skewing anybody's opinion. So. I am not sure. There's a couple warm-up pitches for Ratty to make sure everybody's. But he came out after the first pitch was called a strike. Like, it's not like he came out between at-bats or between innings. Like, he came out mid-at-bat. So whatever matter it is, I would imagine it's of some kind of urgency. Save? What?
So is that a ball?
Yeah, but they. Oh. What are they? Well, Yaguez is just getting an explanation from one of the infield umpires. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little stumped on that one. I'm not gonna try to make answers out of nothing, but
Scoreboard's the same.
Yeah, Polanco had the base hit, so I don't know what the problem was. Outside, 1-1. Now Valley's coming out again. That's exactly my question. What is this about? He threw one pitch, and now he's bringing both umpires in. So there's something that we're not picking up on here, and I don't think the crowd is picking up on it either. They're just seeing that the coach is pestering the umpires a little bit. This game's already been really weird. The broken bat double play. But what really threw me for a loop is that they did the safe signal in regards to Polanco. I mean, yeah, he was kind of straddling the baseline a little bit, but I didn't think that mattered because it wasn't a really play at first. He was just kind of jogging down the line, and he was coming in there. And again, this is not an issue that Yaguez raised. This is an issue that Rob Valley, the RCSJ head coach, raised. Is he trying to I'm not going to try to make assumptions because I don't know. I've gotten bit a couple times with that one. And now Northampton's getting really restless. The umpires are going to meet again. I've seen umpires deliberating for a long time, but I have not seen this on back-to-back pitches. I'm confused as to what's going on here. And I'm sure Yiguez isn't happy either because
They're cooling down.
yeah, this is affecting your pitcher. He's coming out on back-to-back pitches, and your guy has to throw warm-ups to keep him warm. And this is something between managers. This isn't something that. What are they? They're now pulling Brandon Ratty off the mound.
He doesn't have that substance.
You failed physics? What? Ineligible?
Ooh, couple fireworks going on here. So this is very unusual. They've pulled Brandon Ratty.
So
Whatever the discrepancy was, the second base umpire just motioned towards the RCSJ dugout that they've got it figured out. And so back to business, right? Back to business. And you heard Yiguez say to Valley, "Rob, I never said a word when you came out." So I don't know what the situation was, but that's what we got. 1-1. Foul back. 1-2. I mean, I don't know if he was. The first thing I saw, or the first thing that I thought of in my head when I saw Ratty getting pulled over, the pitcher, was like maybe a substance check. But you don't do that in a championship game. That's not something that happens. When you're trying to get recruited and you're trying to, get yourself in the names and in the contact books of scouts, you don't play those kind of games. That's just not a world that happens. In Major League Baseball, it does, because there's a lot less on the line. You've already made it to the big show. That's outside, 2-2. I'm not even sure that both dugouts understand what's going on, because I don't either. I mean, back-to-back pitches, Rob Valley came out, and he just, I don't know. I have no idea. 2-2 from Ratty. Curveball outside. 3-2. It's back to Vento. Polanco led off the inning with a single. It seems like we're back to working order now. 3-2. And the pitch, runner goes, swing and a miss. Now the throw down to second for a chance for two, didn't get it. So a strikeout for Spacavento, but a stolen base.
Roadrunners, number 9, Eddie Hernandez.
There's Eddie Hernandez, number 7 hitter for RCSJ. First pitch with one away. 1-0 RCSJ. Breaking ball for a strike. And that's the main difference here between Sketchway and Ratty, is that, Sketchway is a lot more favorable to the fastball, while one would argue that Ratty is a lot more favorable to the curveball. Sometimes he throws those breaking balls more than he does his fastball. Ooh, that one just missed. 1-1. One ball, one strike. And that one misses. 2-1. Both games tonight have been in pretty tight zone. Not that I don't have a problem with a tight zone, because that, as long as it's consistent, it sets the guideline. It sets the baseline and the expectation. Here's where you got to throw it, I'll call it. But a tight zone that's inconsistent is something that I have a problem with. But it's consistent tonight. So I'm happy with that. Line drive to center. Caught, and Hernandez is retired now.
Next up for the Roadrunners, number 4, Andrew Lombardi.
Here's Andrew Lombardi, the catcher. Also was the catcher in game 1 in the semifinal, so if there is a game 3, I mean, there's no way he's going to be catching all 3 games. That's 27 innings.
Yeah.
That's superhuman. But even catching 14 innings, and actually here 18 innings, because it's 2 9-inning games, I'd be very impressed if he lasts the whole way. 0-1. Oh and 1. Looks back at second and delivers. Fouled that one back. It's 0-2. Like at that point, catching for 27 innings is something that's not practical, but you do it to make a point. Kind of like when the senators used to stand on the Congress floor and like filibuster a bill for 16 hours, not because it was practical, but because it made a point. 0-2 swing and a miss, and he got him. Inning over. So an unusual inning ends with a Lombardi strikeout, and the side is retired. It's 1-0 Roadrunners after 2 here from Sewell. Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Oh, yeah. That was
Top of the 3rd inning.
You know, he's telling him to walk down there. I'm like, Coach, he's actually going on the air.
Strike called.
He pointed down, like, I'll buy a job. Let's go.
Northampton brought 6 batters to the plate in the second, but did not score. We now go back to the top of the card for Brandon Cummings. 1-1. Cummings, Gaddy, and Ruiz. 1, 2, and 3 for Northampton here in the top of the 3rd. That one's fouled way back onto the grass behind us. It would be a big step up if this field got night lights.
Yeah.
Because you've got the space for it. There's no dorms on campus that you have to worry about. There's no, it's just grassy berms. The only thing that I could think of is that it's a budget thing, because this field would be 5 times as wonderful under the lights if they had those installed. But it's probably a budget and resources thing. Is my guess. 2-2 outside. Cummings struck out looking his first time. Full count to the leadoff man Cummings, top 5 nationally in stolen bases. Kid's a speed demon. Here's a ground ball over the middle. Picked up, throw across is in time. Looks like some semi-ominous clouds above us. Not a good sign, especially after I was here for 5-6 hours yesterday and didn't see a single pitch, but that's the world we live in. Looking at the radar though, it just looks like overcast, maybe a little darker than usual, but not anything of concern. 0-1. So Cummings now 0 for 2, and here's Ratty, who reached on an error his first time. Oh, inside. One. And Stutchway kicks and delivers. Whoa, look out. That'll wake you up at night. And it's 2-1. Professor's bringing us some slices. Appreciate it. Always treated well here at RCSJ. 2-1. And that one's up and in. 3-1. Yeah, we got to put it on top of the extension cord. 3-1. That one is popped up down the first base line. Peralta going over, it's foul. Full count to Ratty. Ruiz, who grounded into a double play, is next. Three-two pitch. Got jammed, fouled it back. I feel like Tom McCarthy and John Kruk, eating pizza on the broadcast. Although I'm waiting until the break.
Oh, they're always getting this stuff delivered to them.
Oh yeah, you'd think they have like a DoorDash pass to the ballpark. 3-2, and it's inside. Ball 4.
Next up,
Third walk
19,
surrendered by
Alexander
Sketchway.
Ruiz.
And here is Ruiz. He grounded into a funky double play his first time. Oh. Down 1-0. Fouled off towards the Spartans dugout. It's 1-1. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy with the most organic food products available in South Jersey. Visit 7 days a week at 226 South White Horse Pike in Audubon. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now throw back to first, not in time. Don't forget, all commercials you see on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting are filmed, edited, recorded, and produced by me. It goes towards expenses for equipment and also towards my college fund. If you'd like to get in on the advertising game, send us an email at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. That's also available in the description of this video. That one skips in the dirt. Here comes the throw from Lombardi, and it's outside. So took advantage of the miscue. And now Gaddy in a prime position to tie this game and get the Spartans on the board. Two. Two balls, 2 strikes. Tying run in scoring position with Cummings. There's a high chopper. Bounces over Sketchway. Gets the runner to third, but the out at first is in time. 2 away. That's a good thing that you needed there.
Up,
Force another
20,
ground ball in the infield.
Farino.
You do exactly what you got to do. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And now here is Robert Farino. Hitting the right center field. This could tie the game if it gets down, and no, Mastero's got it, inning over. Great play in right center field to take care of business and leave Cummings on third. We go to the bottom half of the third here from Sewell, 1-0 Roadrunners. Mastaro leading us off here in the bottom of the third. First pitch from Ratty is a looping curveball that misses.
I like that song. I'm okay with it. No, I know every word. It doesn't say it first. Too bad. It's already...
1-1. RJ Mastaro, the alum of Gloucester Catholic. Thought I saw Bill Gore down there for a second, but there's a base hit in right field. Bill Gore is here somewhere, the assistant at Gloucester Catholic. We covered them on Friday in a 2-1 win over Kingsway.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 33, Gavin Degnan.
So here's Degnan trying to follow up on Mastero's base hit to right, which was their third hit of the afternoon so far. They got off to a hot start early, 1-0 after a triple and a sac fly, and then haven't really had much since. 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error in the field. Northampton with no runs, 1 hit, and no errors in the field.
Well, he already told me I'm pretty much fired for this episode.
1-0. Oh, he launches this one. No doubt about it. Left center field. And Degnan goes yard. Deep into the grass in left center field. A 2-run shot into the alley. The outfielders only could turn their heads and watch the show, watch the party, and watch the fireworks. 3-0. Gavin Degnan with a shot to left center field.
Number 21, Juan Peralta.
And here's Juan Peralta. So here's Peralta now after the homer by Degnan. Whew. That one's outside. Or I actually called a strike. 0-1. My bad on that one. Peralta gets a hold of one, but this one is going to hook into the corner, and it's caught. Taken in and left by Smale, and there's one away.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 6, Caden Doolin.
Here's Caden Doolin. He grounded out to second his first time. Estimated distance on that home run provided by DWB Analytics, 395 feet by Gavin Degnan. That is the 23rd home run on a DWB broadcast this year, and the second hit by, or actually no, the third hit by RCSJ, the second by Gavin Degnan. He hit the first home run of the year against Camden County on February 25th. 0-1. Pops this one up, shallow right, and it's caught. Here's D'Alessandro.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 28, Max D'Alessandro.
D'Alessandro played hero in game 1 of this doubleheader, potentially tripleheader. 3-run home run to right center in the bottom of the 7th inning. Got 4 RBIs in total on the day. Earned our Harper Driving School Player of the Game honors. And here's the first pitch. Outside. 1-0. Ball's been flying out of the yard today. 3 homers in game 1, 2 by Brookdale, 1 by RCSJ, being D'Alessandro. He's got a funky swing, dude. He's got something about it is, he's just got everything. I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it for the Lenape alum. 2-1. That one is hit well out towards right center field, going over, and it is caught. Just shy of the warning track, and the side is retired. We've got a 2-run homer by Gavin Degnan to extend the lead to 3 after 3. A bunt by Luis Beto to start off the 4th. There's a ball 1-0. Beto, Casso, and Herosis. 5, 6, and 7 for Northampton here in the top of the 4th. Strike called. Inside, 2-1.
Not today.
No. 3-1.
They could stand up here. So you have a problem.
Didn't get that one to go his way.
That's a line that could get you if they get you.
And that is ball 4. So a couple of close calls and then a ball 4 that was for sure inside.
Gabriel Casso.
Brings up Gabriel Casso. Casso singled in his first at bat. Strike called, 0-1, right on the outside corner. Runners going down to second. Here comes the throw, not in time. Casso was the only player who has gotten a hit off of Sketchway so far. Got a 2-out single in the second, which ended up sparking back-to-back walks, which loaded the bases.
It is the funniest.
Northampton has left 5 runners on base through the first 3 innings. 1-1 to Casso is inside and high. 2-1. That'll get a little groans from the home crowd, but it's 2-1. Tying, or not the tying run, but at least the first run of the game for Northampton is on second base. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think the ball just kind of
sailed a bit.
Yeah, I think he was trying to hold on to it, and then just his brain did one thing and his body did another thing, basically. 2-1. Upstairs, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Sketchway delivers, and there's a strike right down the pipe. 3-2. Remember, if Northampton wins this game, they automatically win as they're 2-0 in the tournament. But if RCSJ wins, then there's a do-or-die game 3 of this wild day. As there's a foul back, way back. Lands in the street. 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch inside. And he walks again.
Next up, number 26.
Nothing yet from the RCGC pitching coach, but here's Herosis. That is the 5th walk surrendered by Sketchway tonight. 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 more now in the fourth, and there's still nobody out.
Oh, yeah, me.
Now Rob Valley's coming out, not the pitching coach, so we could see an early pitching change here. He's getting a little higher on the pitch count, somewhere in the 50 to 60 range, but by the way, those home runs in Game 1 of this doubleheader were the first on a DWB broadcast since April 29th with Immaculata and Somerville, a game that in and of itself had 4 homers, the most that we've ever had in a high school game. This game had 3. We've already got 1 this time around. They're going to have a pitching change here. So they are taking out Sketchway, and we'll have a quick change here. So Northampton trails 3-0, but they've got the tying run at the plate as Rob Valley will come out and wait a second. There we go. I don't know what they were doing, but we'll have a pitching change here. So that is it for Sketchway. A little surprising, but I understand why they did it. He only allowed 1 hit, but 5 walks. And steps off.
Oh, that's a ball.
Yeah.
That's a ball.
They did not call a balk there. I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
More people in the stands picked it up than the dugouts. Definitely looked like, yeah, that's a tough call. 1-0. Outside. As we said, final line for Sketchway.
His brother in my class.
3 strikeouts, 5 walks, 1 hit, and no runs, but he's responsible for both runners on base. There's a pitch to Hrosos, and it's 2-1. With Manuel Barroso on deck.
More warming up.
For Northampton. So yeah, they're bringing out another pitcher out there. Definitely interesting, especially if RCSJ is going to be playing in all 3 games. Here comes a bunt. No, foul ball. Foul ball, they called it.
What? That's a foul ball. He said it's in the box.
Well, yeah, because the ball on the bunt basically went straight down and it landed in the box, so there you go, foul ball. Like I said, in this kind of situation, you are not going to make anyone and everyone happy. You'll make somebody happy, but you'll make somebody enraged. That's just how it is. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Hrosos, who walked his first time. 2-2, outside. That one skips past everybody, and it goes to the backstop. Both runners advance. And this is one of the most difficult spots we've seen all night from all of RCSJ's pitching staff. I mean, they were down 5-1 at one point, but they never had the lead until they took it over versus Brookdale in the 11th hour. 3-2, outside. Bases loaded on 3 walks in a row through the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. And now Barroso is the go-ahead run.
Manuel Barroso.
I don't want it to be missed how ugly the uniforms are. The gray on gray. I like that.
Barroso again, that freshman out of the Beltron Academy in Puerto Rico.
To a degree.
I was about to say to a point.
Strike one. 377 average. No homers, 10 extra base hits, a 500 slugging percentage, and 25 RBIs. 11 stolen bases on the campaign. But he's going to try to break the stalemate and put Northampton on the board. That one is high. 1-1. No appeal either. No, I don't think he went around. Barroso also walked his first time. The Gloucester pitching staff as a whole has allowed 6 walks so far. Here's a little tapper. Could have a play at the plate, and they will. He double clutches, and he got him there. And now Valley's coming out here.
Don Smale.
And Valley's saying you got to slide. Yeah, he does on the throw to the plate.
Go with the home plate. Go with the home plate.
I don't care what side you're on. That's funny. The ball was bounced back to the mound. He threw to the plate, and it was a close play because he double clutched the throw. If he had just gone on the first throw, and here's my problem with it, he was out anyway. It's not like he was called safe. So that's what I'm confused about here is that, they probably, that's a good point. Yeah, because if it was an illegal, I have no idea. This is one of those rules of the baseball game where you don't see it very often, but so I think if it was an illegal play at the plate, then the batter would also be out and you get 2 instead of 1. 2 birds, 1 stone, but right now we're getting hit with stones right now. I mean, this game's running a lot slower than we had in Game 1. It was 2 hours, 44 minutes. Pretty reasonable in Game 1 with no pitch clock. And then here we're an hour and 10 minutes in, and it's the top of the 4th inning. So, but we've had a lot of delays. We've had, pitchers getting checked out. We've had, a lot of walks, a lot of full count walks, and a lot of long at-bats. So not really anybody's fault. It's been entertaining. Don't get me wrong. And Degnan's home run definitely put this crowd into it. But the problem is that, when you guys have 9 innings to play, and you're also considering the fact that there's going to be a 3rd game after this if RCSJ hangs on for the next, several innings, that everybody's just getting, tireless out there. They're getting restless. Very rarely do you play 3 full 9-inning games in this kind of environment, in any environment. Even doubleheaders, 18-inning doubleheaders, yeah, they happen, but in the JUCO world, they're 7 innings each. And they're 14 innings. You add on not only 4 extra innings because they're playoffs, but you add on another 9 for this 3rd game. Northampton wins, everybody goes home, and you only played 2 games. But it is still entirely in the realm of possibility that we play 3 games. And
Man, they are.
crowd is getting restless too, I'll tell you that. But this is a long discussion here, but it's a discussion that has to be made because you do have to slide at home plate. So they want that second out. 2 outs.
Oh, there it is. That should be the inning. Or not the inning.
Yeah, now. So now their head coach Adrian Yiguez is out there. I think he was waiting for that because he probably, yeah. So now there's 2 outs, And even the first baseman for Northampton is trying to get an explanation. Because now he's, or excuse me, the runner on first is trying to get an explanation because now he's out. And
No one's going nowhere.
well, you heard that one clear as day. No ifs, ands, or buts there. So this will be scored, assuming this holds, as a double play because of the runner being out and the batter being out because of the illegal non-slide at home plate.
Okay, so there we go.
We're going to send everybody back. You could feel the tension. It's, I don't know. Somebody might light a spark. Here's John Smale. He struck out his first time. Here's a ground ball up the first base line. Sliding is Peralta, but it's foul, 0-1. So now that everything's been reset, there's 2 runners on. And that is Casso at second base and Hrosis at first. Barroso was out because of the fact that he was the batter when the illegal slide was, or the illegal non-slide, I should say, inside, 1-1. And then Luis Beto was ruled out at the plate because of it. So it's still 3-0. But that's the first thing that popped in my head is that he was out at the plate, and then they decided to get the extra out of it. But that's a very smart call by Rob Valley to pick that one up. Because I've seen runners go for home plate and they don't slide, and I've seen coaches not even challenge it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 runners on and a chance for a big turnaround and a big hole in Northampton sails. Here's the 1-2. That one's lined into right field. Yaguez is giving the wave around. Here comes the throw. They're going to throw down to third base. The throw is not in time. He gets in there. He got under the tag. Casso scores, and it's 3-1. Second hit of the night for Northampton, and they get on the board. An RBI single from the 9-hitter.
Yeah, he missed him.
He got under the tag. He got a leg in. The glove was a little high. There's nothing you can do about that.
Wow.
And here's Brendan Cummings now. He's 0 for 2. Those bench guys aren't going to have any voice by game 2. First pitch. Strike. 0-1. Roadrunners lead the Spartans 3-1 here in the top of the 4th. Outside, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, and the pitch. Outside, now to throw, no, he pump fakes, and he holds up there. So now the runner advances, tying run in scoring position.
Yeah,
It's 2-1. It's 2-1.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I was in there too.
Hrosis down to third. Smale down to second.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we have the scoreboard here, so I have to count.
And the 2-1 count.
Outs.
Outside, 3-1.
Now we're up to
At the top of the order, big chance, even if it's just a bloop single over the middle, big chance for Northampton to tie the game, make amends for that 11-4 win on Friday in the doubleheader. That one's outside, ball 4. That is walk number 7 surrendered by the Gloucester pitching staff. And now here's Ratty, the pitcher who's been in his own sort of meddled controversy tonight. He is 0 for 1. He reached on an error and walked. So he has reached base twice, but has not gotten a hit. And now Valley's coming out to talk to his man.
They got
I mean, they've already got they've got a lefty warming up in the pen, so I would imagine that this will be a pitching change because there's no pitching coach coming out there. Bases loaded. My question is, you're facing a righty in Ratty, so do you really want to mess up the platoon in that way where you're facing a lefty on a righty? That makes a little mismatch with 2 outs and bases loaded. Adrian Yuguez still having a conversation with the third base umpire. I mean, things got pretty heated a couple minutes ago. They, not even between players and everybody else, it was just coaches and umpires not happy about umpire's call. But that'll be it for number 17. That'll be it for Lucas Hampel. And now going to have a lefty come in for the Roadrunners. We'll be right back. 3-1, bases loaded for the Spartans. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Joey Ruffino, the lefty on the hill. Although it's funny, the website has him listed as bats right, throws right, but he's a left-handed pitcher. 0-1. Down. That one goes through the legs of the catcher, Lombardi, and he hangs onto it.
18 is Joey, right?
Ruffino with 15 appearances out of Washington Township, right down the road here. 25 innings, a 3.6 ERA, 1.24 whip, and 29 strikeouts with a 5-0 win-loss record. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded to Ratty. Oh, look out inside. They've gotten rattled with a couple of them tonight. It's not that they've hit them a lot. They've just been getting darn close. Near there. And a 2-1 is a strike. 2-2. Had a little bit of run on what looked like a 2-seam. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Northampton with just 2 hits tonight as RCSJ has gone through their second pitcher in this inning. Actually, their third pitcher in this inning. That's funny enough. Got a piece of it. That's all he needed. Rufino's last appearance, he threw an inning of scoreless ball in a 23-4 win over Montgomery County. He'll try it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rufino delivers outside, 3-2. Do or die right here. 3-2, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Roadrunners trying to maintain the lead. Outside, ball 4, and a bases loaded walk. The 5th walk this inning, and the first surrendered by Rufino,
Next up,
and the
15,
8th in total. 8 walks by RCSJ so far tonight, 5 in this inning. 2 from the starter Skitchway, 3 from the man that followed him, or 2 from the man that followed him, and now 1 from Rufino. But it's 3-2 after the bases loaded walk. Here is Ruiz. He's 0 for 2, grounded into a double play. That unusual. He's got a brand new bat too. Inside. 2-0. Seems like maybe like a circle change mix, but now just a quick meeting here between Lombardi and Rufino.
He's just looking at the watch right there.
Ruiz, a sophomore out of Lancaster, PA, out of J.P. McCaskey High School. Batting .337, 57 for 169 in his season, 22 doubles, but no triples or homers, 38 RBIs, and 13 stolen bases. 51 games appeared in for him, but only 12 he has started. This is his 13th start of the year, and he's in a prime spot here. From the 3 spot, bases loaded, 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch from the former Minuteman, Rufino, is outside, 3-0. A bases loaded walk, which would be the 6th of the inning, would tie the game. Man. Strike 1. Got the green light. Now he just needs 2 more to get back in it, but this is a big spot for Northampton here. They don't want to play a 3rd game. They're in the driver's seat. They know they're in control. You end it here, and you go home. Line drive foul. Now it's 3-2. So he was ahead 3-0. And now he's right back to where he started at square one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. In a 3-2 game, Spartans have already tacked on 2 runs in this frame alone. 3-2. Little tapper out towards second base. Cuts to his left. Flip to first is in time. Side retired. Spartans leave the bases loaded, but a run scores as RCSJ surrenders 5 walks in a single inning and goes through 3 pitchers while doing it. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 3-2 RCSJ. Roadrunners come to bat here in the bottom of the fourth. Polanco, Spacavento, and Hernandez, 5, 6, and 7 versus Brandon Gaddy. Breaking ball misses low. We were talking about how Gaddy has been very reliant on that curveball, even first pitch. You know, it's got a lot of front door action, and that's what I like about it. You know, especially when you're facing mostly right-handed hitters. I mean, I don't think there's any. No, there's no lefties in the RCSJ, actually, except for Spacavento. Excuse me, Spacavento, and that's it.
Oh.
Line drive. Oh, didn't get it. So that's a little trouble there.
Next up
As
for your
Ruiz
Roadrunners, number
can't hang on to
25, Joe Spacavento.
So a base hit brings up Spacavento. He struck out his first time. 5th hit of the night for RCSJ. Whoa, look out, inside. 1-0.
Isn't the official one in the dugout?
Yeah, but I had
Runner on first here for RCSJ, as that one's inside. Thing is, though, is that when all these guys are making the reactions at the plate to a fastball that's coming right for their dome, they're all standing pretty much over the plate. I mean, you know, Spacavento is one of them where his back foot is maybe just a couple inches off the plate. When you see a couple guys who have more open stances that stand a little further back, but Spacavento is right on top of it. You know, he's really leaving that second half of the box pretty open. But sometimes you like a hitter that's crowded over the plate because sometimes they get a little more hit by pitches. Sometimes they see the ball a little better when they're, you know, right on top of it. It's inside, 3-1. Time is called. We've got a shoe tie-in. Three 3-1.
That's what we're trying to do.
3 balls, 1 strike. And that one is a strike call. 3-2. Northampton with 2 runs on just 2 hits, but they have walked 7 times as a collective. Now time is called again. That's a balk. A balk against Gaddy. Huh? Well, it advances the runner. And no argument from Wilkins, so they'll let it be. So now it is 3-2 after the balk. Full count. Spacavento fouls it way back. Headed towards the Inspira Health building. It's 3-2.
Coaching baseball, they just do button. I have 30 home runs, and I'll just button.
Spacavento in a full count, runner on second, and that one is inside, ball 4.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 9, Eddie Hernandez.
That is the first walk surrendered by Northampton tonight, and RCSJ has given up 8 of their own. And that kind of shows the difference of what we've seen from the pitchers. None of the pitchers in game 1 have made a repeat appearance in game 2, but here comes a bunt. He reaches for it, pops it up, and it's foul. 0-1.
Making that full effort.
That's just the kind of situation where fundamentally you got to pull back on that one. You know, this is a situation where you've got nobody out. It's not a crucial situation to move the runner over. Yes, you want to do it, but a base hit just does the trick, and you know it's the bottom of the 4th inning, and you're leading by 1. So unless it's the bottom of the 9th and you're down 1 and you've got to move that tying run over in any way possible, yes, reach for it. get a foul ball out of it. But I've seen a lot of these guys get more and more conservative with bunts, and they're just going to instead just back off as soon as possible. That one bounces away, and now both runners advance.
Make sure you're in the box.
1-1. Polanco to third, Spacavento to second base. And now the infield's going to start to move in here for RCSJ. Or excuse me, the infield's going to move in for Northampton, but for RCSJ. We'll see what they can do here. 1-1. Saw that curveball perfectly. Bullets it in the center field. 1 run scores. Polanco gets there. Spacavento's going to score. To throw to the plate is way high. Bounces off the netting. And getting a 2-run single will be Eddie Hernandez. And it's 5-2.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 10, Wyatt Hoffman.
And now Northampton's pitching coach coming out here.
Top performances. When you see us tying shoes, then you'll know. Timeout.
So a mound visit here in the bottom of the 4th. Still no outs. A single, a walk, and a 2-run single.
I'm on your list. But my knees were.
I feel like you've been on the list. I don't feel like
I'm always on the list.
So pitching coach Jeremy Gigliotti
I don't need to say it anymore. This is already.
talks to him and walks away. And
I was on his list before you even saw me.
now you got a runner on.
That girl's coming here. She's already on my list.
You didn't even know I existed.
Nobody out.
I was at graduation when they couldn't see me.
pinch hitter.
Oh, we got a pinch hitter.
Were you actually at graduation?
Pinch hitting for the Roadrunners is number 10, Wyatt Hoffman. So Hoffman's taking over for Lombardi here after, I guess, a 4-inning rest. Hoffman caught game 1. Lombardi was the DH. That's in the dirt. Runner's going to go. Throw down to second base is just offline. And despite a delayed reaction, Hernandez gets into second safely. Oh. And the catcher is wincing a little bit. Gabriel Casso. There have been so many delays in this game. It's absurd. We are over the hour-and-a-half mark. We're at an hour and 36 minutes, and it's the 4th inning. The longest 7-inning game we ever did was Cherry Hill West and Gloucester Catholic. Now, this was back in March. It was a scrimmage. It was 39 degrees, and it was a 3-hour, 17-minute game. Whew. And that was 7 innings, let alone 9. Now, we were supposed to cover a game back on April 9th between Keystone and Rutgers Camden, as there's a swing and a miss. That game was wild for a bunch of reasons, because there was an accusation made that somebody was stealing signs. The game was delayed because of that. One of the coaches got ejected in the final out and ran back to the bus, so that because there were rumors that there was going to be a confrontation after the game about the whole sign stealing thing, so the coach got ejected before the last out and ran to the opposing team's bus. Now, that's what we were told by one of the Rutgers Camden assistants, but 1 and 2, excuse me. 1-2 from Gaddy is a foul ball. But storyline undertones aside, that game ended 18-13 in favor of Keystone, and in a 9-inning game, it was 4 hours and 47 minutes. And we weren't even there. I was watching some of the live stream from the Rutgers Camden crew, you know, Peter Baker and all those guys who do an excellent job on their live streams when we're not there at Rutgers Camden. It was the longest game I think I had ever seen. Fly ball down the right field line and it's foul. I think the longest major league game I ever attended was 4 hours, 24 minutes. I think that was like Marlins Phillies a couple years ago during the Phillies dark age. Like 2017, 2018, around that time. They were just starting to get good again. 1-2. And strike 3 right down the plate. And Hoffman is retired.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 22, RJ Mastaro.
Here's RJ Mastaro. Oh, my. My pen is starting to run out of ink. It's got like a full tube, but I don't know. It's not working. 1-0. 1-0. That's weird. Here's Mastero now. He's singled in his first at-bat. Here's a line drive in the right, and it's caught. 2 away. Oh, he did the splits in right field. I think he lost his footing on the grass, and he's having some trouble getting up.
33, Gavin Degnan.
And he gets back up here for Degnan now.
Out there is where it all collects. Oh, left field.
Come on, Gav!
Down 1-0. So after 3 straight runners got on, a strikeout and a line drive to right, I've gotten the next 2 outs as we go back to the top of the order for Degnan. Strike 1, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike from Gaddy is fouled back. It's 1-2.
Come on, Gav, you got it!
Don't forget to tune in on Saturday, June 1st at 7 p.m. as DWB unveils its 2024 fall football schedule. 18 games over 8 weeks, including Thanksgiving. It'll be a fun spectacular as we unveil college game day style who we're going to cover in 2024. Degnan, appeal to first, says yes. Side retired. So a couple of strikeouts for Gaddy, and the inning is over. We're through 4 here at RCSJ. 5-2 in favor of the Roadrunners. Tommy D's Home Design Center has opened a second location on Creek Road in Belmar, operating in Philadelphia for over 25 years and now expanding into South Jersey. Tommy D's is the place to go for kitchen cabinets, countertops, and cabinet accessories, heavily discounted compared to big box retailers. Stop in, take a seat, and watch as our experienced kitchen designer makes the kitchen of your dreams right in front of you. Tommy D's is the best in the business for quality kitchen countertops and cabinets that fit all budgets. Call us today at 856-210-9504 or visit the new location in person on the corner of Creek Road and Harding Avenue in Belmar next to the 42 on-ramp. RCSJ brought 6 men to the plate and scored 2. And the line drive to straightaway center field, going in, diving, can't get there. This one's going to roll to the wall. It's going to get past everybody As Farino runs to second base, I thought he would have had a three-bagger out of it, but now that the ball trickles into the infield, Polanco picks it up, and it's a leadoff double for Farino. Farino was the only batter who did not bat in the fourth for Northampton, and here is Luis Beto. It's time for DWB Trivia Time. Today's question is, which Major League ballpark has the shortest distance to center field? Is it A, Dodger Stadium, B, Yankee Stadium, C, Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, or D, Citizens Bank Park? The answer will be revealed in the bottom of the fifth inning. That one goes down a second. I saw about like 5 heads turn my way as soon as I said that. We've done that for the past, I think, 2 or 3 years. It used to be the 4th inning that we did, but for 9-inning games, we now do it in the 5th. For 7 innings, we still do it in the 4th. So it's a fun tradition that we've done on DWB. It gets the viewers engaged, and it pulls from all sorts of baseball history. I think the other day we did one about Herb Washington, the famous Oakland A's pinch runner who was a track and field sprinter at Michigan State. He was an Olympian, and the A's signed him to a contract to exclusively pinch run, kind of like a Terrence Gore situation. And his most famous moment is actually getting caught stealing, funny enough, in the 1974 World Series as the 1-0 from the lefty Ruffino, who's out here still for the 5th inning. Swing and a miss, 1-1. But Herb Washington, if you Google or look up on YouTube Herb Washington, the only clip available of him from the early 70s is of him getting caught stealing in the 1974 World Series. I have an equipment issue here. The something with the chest protector. But that's the funny part about it. But yeah, Herb Washington. That was a funny story from, and a fun story from baseball days past. I love talking about baseball history. You know, the quirky things that happen in baseball that could never possibly happen in any other sport. And the 1-1. That one's 2-1. Like Rube Waddell. Rube Waddell is probably a baseball player that nobody thinks about, but everybody should think about. Because we've all got a little Rube Waddell inside of us. 2-1. Popped up. Back behind the plate. Look out. Back behind us. It's caught! I thought it was headed for me, but it ends up staying in the ballpark, and there's one away. So Hoffman brings it down, and now here's Gabriel Casso.
Next up, number 12, Gabriel Casso.
Vince, have you ever heard the story of Rube Waddell?
I may have before.
Rube Waddell, man, he pitched from around 1895 to 1905. Spent time with the A's, the Pirates. Mostly known for being with the Pittsburgh Pirates, but
The Philadelphia A's.
yes, it was the Philadelphia A's at the time, but so 1-1. The biggest thing about him is that we think now that he had some severe form of ADHD because he used to leave the mound in the middle of appearances to watch fire trucks go by when they were passing the street. Here comes a nice slide, a smooth slide, and he got him.
Yeah.
6-3 ground out. As Casso is retired, the first time that he will not reach base tonight. And there's 2 away.
Next up, number 26, Peter Horosis.
So here's Peter Horosis. But Rube Waddell, he used to climb trees before games to play with the squirrels. And he would like literally sprint off the mound. If a fire truck was going by, he would sprint off the mound to look at the fence and watch it go by. He was something else. And he was a good pitcher, too. He's a Hall of Famer. He, had like the lowest ERA in the league for a couple of years before the modern era in like 1898, 1899. And that's the story of Rube Waddell. But that's why I say I think we all have a little Rube Waddell in us. We've all got that childlike wonder. 1-1. And swing and a miss. 1-2. Ruffino, 1 strike away from getting out of this with a runner on second and 2 down. Outside, 2-2. If the inning continues, then Barroso would be next. But this is the first time since the first, if he gets out of this, that less than 5 batters have come to the plate for Northampton. Swing and a miss. Curveball came back to the front door, and they knocked, and they got shut out. We go to the bottom of the 5th here from Sewell, 5-2 in favor of the Roadrunners. There we go. Bottom of the 5th inning here on DWB. Juan Peralta getting us started here. Down. Peralta out to third. Throw to first. It's going to get away. It goes down the right field line. And going down to second is Peralta. There we go. Fixed it. It's time for DWB Trivia Time. Today's question is, which Major League Stadium has the shortest distance to center field? The options are A, A, Dodger Stadium, B, Yankee Stadium, C, Kauffman Stadium, or D, Citizens Bank Park. What do you say?
I say A.
All right, Professor says A, and he will be correct. Dodger Stadium is the only Major League ballpark to have a set. Now, this is if you drew a straight line from home plate to center field. It's the only Major League park that has a distance shorter than 400 feet as there's a base hit in the left field. That's going to score Peralta as he got on the error and one pitch later comes in to score. It's 6-2.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 28, Max D'Alessandro.
So an E6 and a single, the first error committed by Northampton tonight and the second in total, brings up D'Alessandro. So Doolin got the RBI base hit for his his fourth hit in 2 games in this region. There's a foul ball. Inside, he had to bend down on that one. Tapper foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, foul back.
Come on, Max, you got it.
1 and 2.
Thank you.
And we've got all the amenities here at RCSJ. Got trash pickup, free pizza. Got a little bit of everything here, and this is why I'm going here next year. 1 2. This is what I signed up for. Free pizza. 1 2. Foul back. I mean, hey, think about it this way: for a college student, anything free is a holy grail. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To D'Alessandro, who had a 3-run home run and 4 RBIs in total in Game 1. So far tonight, 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out to right. He's got a runner on first and nobody out as RCSJ has scored at least 1 in their 3rd straight inning. Pokes this one off of the pitcher's glove, goes for a carom, and it skips into left field. Now the runner's going to go to third. Ruiz is going to make the throw. That throw is diving, and he stays safe. D'Alessandro
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 7.
with a funky single.
Polanco.
That was a funky single, funkier than Saturday Night Fever, and that one goes into left field. As RCSJ has put 3 straight on for Polanco. This broadcast is brought to you by Tommy D's Home Improvement. Visit today to make sure that your kitchen is exactly how you would like it. Make your dream kitchen come true today with wholesale kitchen cabinets and countertops at heavily discounted rates. Visit today at 612 Creek Road in Belmar, next to the 42 on-ramp. Chase is high. Foul tip, and it's 0-1. So if you're curious how the NJCAA regions work for baseball, basically each district champion, hold on, that's a base hit in the left field, and Polanco keeps the hits coming. RBI single, and it's 7-2. 3 straight singles for the Roadrunners, and that puts runners on first and second here. I think pitching coach might come out and talk to him, but no, I mean, he's been responsible for all of those runs. That's the problem. 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Northampton has 1 man warming up. Can't tell who that is, but it's somebody out there. Who's supposed to be Specavento coming up. He doesn't have a helmet. He's in the dugout, so they're bringing up a pinch hitter. No, they're bringing up a pinch hitter here for RCSJ.
Number 14, Angel Martinez.
So Martinez comes up here after pinch hitting in Game 1. He pinch hits in Game 2. So Spacavento's line ends at 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Bunt, perfectly placed, but it's foul. So each district champion earns an automatic bid, and an at-large team earns an automatic bid. Now, some of these have already been held. This is actually, I mean, the Mid-Atlantic one for Regions 10 and Regions 20. That one's going to go foul. And it's 0-2. So some of them were actually held last weekend. This was held basically along with the rest, but so the Great Lakes covers Regions 4 and 12. And that was DuPage, who swept Terra State in the Great Lakes District. Swing and a miss, or swing and a foul, actually, 0-2. the district championship for Mid-Atlantic, which covers 10 and 20. That was camp over Allegheny. Is it Allegheny? Somewhere in Pittsburgh. I think it's the Allegheny County. North, which is Region 3. That was the championship Herkimer over Genesee. North Atlantic is going on right now. That's what you're watching. The Northeast was Northern Essex over Kingsborough. North Plains was St. Cloud Tech over Century. Now here's a little food for thought. That North Plains final, St. Cloud Tech and Century, that was last Saturday. And the crazy thing about it, the final score of that game was St. Cloud Tech 24, Century 22. Just 46 runs in a championship game. You know, nothing crazy. But here's the 0-2. I mean, just looking at this box score, it's just got so many layers to it. 9 runs for St. Cloud Tech in the 4th, 9 in the 6th, and then an 11-run 9th inning by Century. So they were down 24-11, and then they came back, doubled their score, and still lost by 2 runs. And they're going to call that a foul ball. So, and only 3 errors in the field, too. Everybody was just hitting. 22 hits for St. Cloud Tech, 25 for Century. And only 2 home runs, 1 for each team. So in a 24-22 game, only 2 home runs were hit. Swing and a miss. He got him. So Martinez fouls a couple off. And there's one away now.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 9, Eddie Hernandez.
So here's Eddie Hernandez now. But I got sidetracked. South Central. That final there was, that game's actually being played right now. Dallas Richland and Dallas Eastfield. Oh, that one got him right in the shoulder. And Hernandez gets a hit by a pitch. Bases are loaded.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 10, Wyatt Hoffman.
Here's Hoffman.
I just remember because of that.
By the way, the only other district game going on right now is the South Central final. Dallas Richland leads Dallas Eastfield 17-3 in the 7th. Here's a fly ball to left. This game is not broken wide open yet. It's a foul ball. Well, it's also important because RCSJ beat Dallas Eastfield. Was it Dallas Eastfield or Dallas Richland? It was Eastfield last year to win the national tournament. So Richland, another Dallas College campus, might be getting the automatic bid this year instead of Eastfield. That's a poker in right field. It's not a home run, but it does the trick. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Scoring is D'Alessandro. And RCSJ gets their 3rd run of the inning. It's 8-2.
Number 22, RJ Mastaro.
So D'Alessandro scored, and now here's Mastaro, the 9th batter of the inning. Actually, excuse me, the 8th batter, because Degnan still has to bat. Fouled back, 0-1. DWB has partnered with the Tri-County Baseball League to provide you with over a dozen baseball games in the summer, from Washington Township all the way out to the Pine Barrens and all the way up to Delran. The Tri-County League services high school, college, and former professionals from all over the state. as 13 teams go to duke it out this year in an intense regular season schedule. Stay tuned for more coverage of regular season, playoffs, and the famous 33rd annual Carter Cup in the first week of August from Alcyon Park. That one's high, 1-2. One, two. Fly ball. That's a country mile high, but it's going to go foul. They need more baseballs.
Get some numbers and put it together. Get some numbers and put it together. We're going to need 4 flat screens.
No, just get 2 flat screens and I'm not being too greedy.
Fly ball out towards straightaway right. It's taken in. Runner's going to tag. Here comes the throw. Polanco's going to get in there safely. And a sac fly by Mascaro. Gets the 4th run of the inning.
Degnan.
And there's 2 down now for Degnan, the 9th batter of the inning. And also important, Cody Clemens homered again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Tied that one up.
he's been pretty clutch for the Phils lately. 6-3 in the bottom of the 6th. And hey, it's a good father-son combo. Roger Clemens, Hall of Fame pitcher, and then he made a first baseman. And you know, a lot of people don't. Hold on here. That's a rocket in the left field. This one's got a chance. Degnan did it. No, he's off the wall. I spoke too soon. And he's now going to get down to second base with an RBI double. That's double digits for the Roadrunners. It's 10-2.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 21, Juan Peralta.
So they have batted around, and now finally Wilkins comes out here for Northampton. The Spartans head coach in his 15th season, 370 wins for him. And they will have a pitching change. So right-hander coming in for Northampton. We're in the bottom of the 5th. RCSJ comfortably ahead, 10-2. right, still in the bottom of the 5th inning, RCSJ has exploded for 5 runs, and now they finally take out their man, Gaddy, and put in Logan Magnitz here. Magnitz, a sophomore out of Nazareth. A lot of religious names in Eastern PA. Nazareth, Bethlehem. There's a foul ball, 1-1. But that's also an early English kind of settlement name. You know, you either named things after the towns and cities you had in England, or even in Ireland, or you had religious names. But Bethlehem, Nazareth. Although it feels like it's been raining for the past 40 days and 40 nights. 2-1-1. Magnitz with a 5.82 ERA and 10 appearances. This is his 6th non-starting appearance. Had a complete game shutout earlier in the season versus Salem. Had 13 strikeouts in the win. 3-1. 34 innings pitched, 45 strikeouts, and a .307 batting average against. Here versus the 10th batter of the inning, Peralta, who got us started in the bottom half of this inning. Oh, did he swing? He got hit, and he is writhing in pain. He's grabbing onto that wrist, and immediately he's going to get help coming here. RCSJ's athletic trainer coming out. And you could hear he just got smashed on the wrist. They do say that he went around. The scoreboard says 3-2, so they'll charge a strike against him, but tough situation either way. You just hope he gets to stay into the game. I think that's one of those situations where you're running on pure adrenaline right now, and you're going to feel that one in the morning. Rob's checking on him, and everybody else
did hit him. Okay.
Oh, they are going to count it as a hit by pitch. Okay, so he got halfway down the line. They didn't appeal it. They never appealed it until the home plate umpire, until somebody asked for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're saying he went.
Strike. So whatever you had on the scoreboard previously is good. It was 3-2.
So he got him there, and it's 3-2. So he's readjusting the gloves and getting us going again. Like I said, it's the bottom of the 5th inning. We're already over 2 hours in this game. And game 1 ended in 2 hours and 44 minutes. We are at 2 hours and 11 minutes, and we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. This is the kind of game we play. So Peralta, who originally was hit by a pitch, I mean, the thing is that the umpire can't just he can't just ask for the appeal. That's one of the things that people don't realize, is that he has to have the appeal asked, like by the catcher, by the pitcher, by a coach, somebody. You can't really just answer himself on that one. So he started jogging down to first, and then somebody said, "Hey, check that appeal," because it's not the umpire making the appeal. He made one call. First base umpire might digress, but he's got the override on that. And it's 3-2.
All right, he's back.
3 balls, 2 strikes. First base unoccupied, but 10 batters at the plate in the inning. As RCSJ has jumped up for 5 runs. Here's a ground ball out to third. Throw across the diamond. Is not in time. He gets in there and drives in a run. I don't know why they weren't more urgent on the throw.
Number 6, Caden Doolin.
And now here's Caden Doolin. So now he's batter number 11, as this is now jumped out to an 11-2 game for the Roadrunners. Ball 1. 2-0. This is the part of the game where the game can just unravel in the blink of an eye. This is where it really starts to drag on a little bit. Foul back, 2-1. So it's on the grass. Warming up a little here from Sewell. 72 degrees now. Should be a high of 75. 2-1. Line drive. That's a base hit in the right center field. Here comes the runner to the plate. He will score, and it's 12-2.
Next up for your
6 runs
number
now.
28, Max D'Alessandro.
Back-to-back RBI singles, and in fact 3 straight RBIs. So here's how the inning has gone if you're falling behind here. We're on batter number 12. We started off with Peralta reaching on an error, and then then a base hit by Degnan, base hit by D'Alessandro, but nobody scored. An RBI single by Polanco, that was 3 singles. Then you had Martinez, who was the pinch hitter, he struck out, and then Hernandez was hit by a pitch, and then Hoffman got an RBI single, Mastero had a sac fly to right, Degnan had an RBI double, Peralta had an RBI single, and Degnan had an RBI single, and that's where the 7-run inning has come about. That one's outside 1-1. But this is where a team that had so much life in them in the early parts of this game, and Northampton had gotten some runs early, especially because they beat RCGC 11-4 in their first matchup on Friday. Tapped foul. And it's 1-2. 2 outs, though, as Polanco would be up next for batter number 13 of this inning. As it's 12-2. A 7 spot for RCGC as they have exploded in offense here in game 1 of this championship. 1-2. And no, they're saying no. So he just waltzed into second base and got a stolen bag out of it. How about that? Two balls, 2 strikes. Somebody's alarm clock is going off. Time to wake up. 3-2. Ball 4. Man. Just can't win with these guys.
Next up for your Roadrunners,
Where's Polanco?
number 7, Ernie Polanco.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch popped up. 13 batters and 7 runs later. The inning is over. RCGC leads Northampton 12-2 going to the top of the 6th. Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Hi, everybody. We're in the top of the 6th inning. It is the Roadrunners and the Spartans from Northampton. My name is Mike Wolverton, sitting in for just a half inning here for Dan Wilkins. Great job by Dan, taking you through the first 5 innings of this game. What a long inning. He asked if I could just sit in for a half inning. And then a 7-run inning. Gosh, everybody needs a break after a 7-run inning. I think the Roadrunners sent 14 or 15 men to the plate. So it's 12-2 now. The pitcher for the Roadrunners is Hampel, and the batter here for Northampton is Barrasso. There is no mercy rule. This is, what is it, ground ball through the hole and into left field. Base hit for Barrasso. And he's on at first base. Long way to go, though, for the Spartans.
Next up, number 1, John Smale.
Roadrunners took a 3-0 lead. Northampton came back to make it 3-2, but since then, a 2-run 4th and then the 7-run 5th inning has opened it up to 12-2. This is Smale. He's 1 out of 2 in this ball game. Number 9 hitter for the Spartans. Lefty versus lefty here against Lucas Hampel. Fouled off to the left side. This is game 6 of this tournament. If the Roadrunners win, there will be a game 7, and believe it or not, playing it today. Really rare for a baseball team to play 3 games in a day. That is what is on tap for the Roadrunners. Should this one end the way it's going at the moment. That pitch is outside, breaking ball from Hampel. And the reason the 3 games are going to be played today is because it has to be done tonight. Now, I don't know what would have happened if there were thunderstorms, but anyway, we're going to play 3 here and finish this tournament tonight. Pitch is low, 2 balls and a strike to Smale. Runner on at first, nobody else. Top of the 6th inning. Pitch from Hampel is high. So I don't know if everybody watching the broadcast knows what Dan does during these games, but not only does he call the game and keep the score and all that, but does the camera himself. So you'll have to forgive me if I'm not as expert as Dan at manipulating the camera once this ball gets hit. I'll do my best. Grounder up the middle off the heel of the pitcher, and Hampel has no play. It's a base hit. So a couple of base runners for the Spartans. Here comes Rob Valley. There is no activity in the bullpen for the Roadrunners. There may be a guy who's already warm. Usually when Valley comes out, it is with the hook. And oftentimes it's Greg Chu, the pitching coach, that comes when it is a discussion. But like I said, no evidence that there's anybody fully warm for the Roadrunners. And it's not a visit. It's just a check on Hampel after he was hit with that batted ball. So no trip charged for Coach Valley, and Hampel apparently fine.
Now batting number 7, Braden Cummins.
So a couple on and nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Spartans down by 10 runs. Back to the top of the order, and this is Cummins. Takes the ball. Cummins entered play today with a .401 batting average. Swing and a miss makes it 1-1. Sometimes can be a challenge reading someone else's scorecard, but looks like Cummings is 0 for 2 with a walk. Two and one from Hampel. Entered the game in the 4th. Foul off to the left side is out of play. They count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Really good chance that, well, first of all, we know the winner of this tournament will go to the National Championship Tournament. That's in Auburn, New York. Really good chance that the loser will also go. These teams ranked 1st and 2nd in the country coming into this tournament. They both advanced to the championship round, so it'd be a real surprise if the loser didn't also go to the National Championship. Batted ball off the glove of Polanco at third base, E5, and the bases are loaded for Northampton here in the 6th.
Now batting for Northampton, number 11, Brandon Ratty.
Here's Brandon Ratty. Our main man Dan has returned. And Well, he's on the outside looking in right now. I guess it's me for the rest of the half inning.
Yeah, you can close it out.
Bases are loaded, nobody out. Ratty has walked a couple of times. He's 0 for 1. 5 hits for the Spartans, 13 base hits for the Roadrunners. Pitch is outside from Hample, 1-0. There's also the issue of darkness potentially. Like I said, this tournament has to be completed today. At the knees, that's a strike. And okay, what is it? It's almost 4 o'clock. We're in the 6th inning. Going to be a half-hour changeover between games, should this score hold. And so, gosh, we're looking at past 5 o'clock for the start. And it gets dark here in New Jersey this time of year, around 8 o'clock, a little past that. So we shall see. And Northampton trying to do something about it at the moment, trailing by 10, but the base is loaded, nobody out. It's a 2-1 count on a Ratty. Hample's got the sign. That's inside. Slight breeze, it's been that way all day long, just a sort of mild breeze. Wind not having much of an effect on the ball game today, but the breeze that there is blowing sort of across from right to left. Ground ball, third base, Polanco fields, throws to second. That's 1 to first, gets away. Throw is wild, and a runner comes in to score. And I hope you can tell from that example of my dual camera work and broadcasting what a good job Dan does, keeping everything in frame, because it's not easy to do both at once.
Now batting number 15.
So I hope you caught most of that. It ends up 2 runs score, right? Run scores on the fielder's choice, and on the bad throw, second run comes in, so it is now 12 to 4. And I just handed, that doesn't matter. This is Alexander Ruiz. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner now on at first base. There should be 1 out. Ruiz grounds wide of the bag at third base. Foul ball. Dan, do you move the camera on the foul balls too? You leave it still?
Occasionally.
Okay. All right.
Now let me ask you this: you were talking about the darkness here at RCSJ. If they start the game 3, let's say.
First of all, line drive is out towards the right center field. That's a hit for Ruiz. Runner moves up 90 feet. First and second, 1 out.
So assume this game ends sometime around like 4:45, 5 o'clock, because this game's already running slow to begin with.
Correct.
You start the game at like 5:30. What if that darkness becomes a factor? Like, what if they just run out of time?
If we're past 5 innings or the trailing team is batted in the 5th inning, then it is an official game.
It would be the same scenario as if it started pouring rain and you couldn't finish.
That's right.
Okay.
I guess it becomes complicated if you don't get 5 innings,
Yeah.
or if it's still tied.
That would send a lot of people at front offices going crazy.
This is a ball. Better here, Robert Farino. And as I discussed, a little bit of the pressure off because it's highly likely that both of these teams are going to qualify. So it's not like it's do or die. One team is going and the other isn't. It's highly likely they'll both go. It's a high pop-up. It's on the infield. Infield fly rule has been called. And Polanco grabs it anyway. 2 down. A couple of runs in. It's 12 to 4.
23, Luis Beato.
And here's Luis Beato. Right fielder, right-handed hitter. Two on, 2 outs. Breaking ball is in there for a strike from Hample. Outfield straight away for Beato. Guess center fielder Degnan shaded just slightly towards left center. Up and away with the fastball. Ball and a strike. Question becomes, what pitching does everybody have left? Right? You saw the Northampton starter, Ratty, maybe went a little further than he might in other circumstances. A fly ball towards center field hit pretty well, but Degnan out in front of the warning track out there makes the grab. That'll do it for Northampton. In the 6th inning, they pick up a couple of runs. Could have been more. but they'll settle for 2. I want to thank Dan Wilkins for a couple of things. First, for being here today.
Appreciate it.
For doing these games. I know it was a long day yesterday, being around during the rain. Yeah.
From 10 a.m. to 3 o'clock and having no pitches and no baseball.
Right. That's no fun. But they're doing a great job. Thanks to Vince as well. I'm going to sign off, and Dan will take you through the rest of this one after 5.5. It is 12-4. Roadrunners on top. You're watching the North Atlantic District Baseball Tournament.
All right. He said you're on the list. Thank you. I don't know.
Come on, Angel!
All right, here's Angel Martinez getting us started here in the bottom of the sixth. Big thanks to Professor Wolverton?
Correct.
All right, I thought I was correct on that one. I'll learn your name at some point over the next 2.5 years, but it's 1-0 to Martinez. After 13 batters came to the plate and 7 runs came across and a foul ball, it hit off of the box, and it's 1-1. But regardless of whether you're a Northampton fan or an RCSJ fan, especially for the Roadrunner fans though, I'm very excited to be attending this university this upcoming fall, especially as I try to advance my career in sports broadcasting. It's always an important step that you've got to get right. And I always try to do my job to the best of my ability. As this one is smoked in the right field, and Martinez has a home run. Angel Martinez adds on the offensive barrage with a shot to right. So Martinez leaves the yard, and it is 13-4. As he flashes the Roadrunner jersey, you love to see it. Angel Martinez to right field.
Number 9, Eddie Hernandez.
That one's a line drive in the center field, a base hit. So Martinez with a leadoff homer, and now here is Hoffman.
Number 10, Wyatt Hoffman.
First pitch to Hoffman is strike. 0-1. So leadoff homer to right and then a single have given the Roadrunners 15 hits tonight. And they definitely have not been repeating the same mistake from game 1 where their biggest problem was they were leaving too many runners on base. Now they're not leaving anybody on. They're cleaning up shop. Fly ball to right, foul. 1-2 to Hoffman with R.J. Mastero on deck. Of course, the little brother of R.J. Mastero, Jack Mastero. We covered them and Kingsway, or versus Kingsway, on Friday. So they're swinging a miss. Jack Mastero is down
Next
there.
up for your Roadrunners, number 22, RJ Mastero.
He's down there. He was hanging out a little bit with Dan Valerio, the scouting director of PBR. Not that PBR, Prep Baseball Report. Just realized what I said when I mentioned that, but you get what I'm saying. Throw back to first, not in time.
Come on, RJ!
1-0. Mastero, 1 for 3 as a sacrifice fly and a single. Popped up, foul.
Come on, RJ, you got it. You're cheering.
I know. You do it all season.
I do it all season.
And Mastero foul again.
I don't really care if I'm
With 1 away, runner on for RCSJ. They lead 13 to 4.
Come on, RJ, you got it. Yeah, but we're still
Ball, 2-2.
Probably what somebody else is
Downstairs, and it's 3-2. Here's the full count. Gets the good contact, but goes the other way. Now the runner's got to go back, and it's caught.
Next
2 away.
up for your Roadrunners, number 33, Gavin Degnan.
Now here is Degnan.
Coop, I've said their names about 100 times. Come on, Gav. The announcer's getting Why do you say mean to me? Come on, Gav.
1-0. Whoa, inside. 2-0. There's a strike. Now, as we were saying, it's 4:07 right now. I've been here since, trying to think, I've been up since 5:30. Been here since 9, maybe 8:45. Pop up down the right field line, going over, and it's caught. Inning over. RCSJ gets one back on a solo shot to right by Angel Martinez. We go to the top of the 7th, 13-4, Roadrunners.
She seems like I didn't know her at all.
Top of the 7th, Northampton brought 7 men to the plate in the 6th. The 2 that did not bat were Casso and Hrosis, 6, 7, and 8. Here for Northampton after they got 2 runs on the board, and here's a fly ball out towards right. Mastero steps over to the left and makes the catch, 1 away. But as we were talking about, this game is running way longer than we thought. It was a 1:30 start time.
Next up,
We're at 4:10 right now. And that's, what, 2 hours, 40 minutes. That was actually the length of game 1, 2 hours, 44. Swing and a miss by Hrosis. And it's 0-1. That skips away past Lombardi, or rather past Hoffman, and it's 1-1. Northampton with 4 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. RCSJ with 13 runs on 15 hits and 3 errors in the field. This one's hit well out towards right center field. Playable again for Mastero, and he makes the catch. 2 away.
Next up,
Back-to-back flyouts to right.
16, Manuel Barrasso.
And here's Barroso. Barroso with a walk, a double play, and a single. Yeah, so as the professor was talking about, you know, this is a precarious time for both of these teams where if you don't complete both games, but as long as you get 5 innings in, oh, Mastero went for the dive but didn't get it. Slid feet first there, and it's 1-1. Because Sunset here in Sewell is listed for 8:12. So you've got 4 hours and 1 minute. Now that's not saying that at 8:12 everything's gonna, you know, turn pitch black and we're gonna turn into pumpkins, but basically what it's saying is that is when the sun will dip below the horizon. You still have a little bit of light after that, but not much. It fades away quickly. So I think the real question is you have to get this game done in order for you to play all 9 innings of game 3. Assuming that RCSJ holds the score. You have to get this game done in the next half hour, which is a tall order, and you have to have a quick field turnaround of 30 minutes or less, and then the next game has to be played in 3 hours or less, which is possible. It's entirely possible. It's a swing and a miss. Rufino picks up another strikeout, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 7th, stretch time here in Game 1 of the championship here in the North Atlantic District, 13-4. RCSJ getting it started off here with Peralta, as that one's inside. 2, 3, and 4 for the Roadrunners. You know, I think the strategy here with Northampton is that they're going full in on, hey, we're probably going to have to play a second game here because this is only their second pitcher. They left Gaddy in for a lot longer than I expected. They waited until RCSJ put double digits on the board. As here's a double in the left. That'll be a leadoff double for Peralta, hit number 17.
Number 6, Caden Doolin. Come on, Caden!
As here is Doolin now. He had 2 singles in the 5th inning and got an RBI out of it as well. So RCSJ leads 13-4. But Northampton really hasn't had, I mean, they've got a lefty warming up in the pen now, but they've kept pretty steady here. This is only their second pitcher, and there's a base hit. That's going to go into center field. Peralta's going to come around third. He will score, and it is now 14-4.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 28, Max D'Alessandro.
So here's D'Alessandro now.
Come on, Max. Can we invest in tank top next year? Is that a yes to me? Okay, tank top.
Ball 1. That one gets away. Runner will go to second. So we were going to give you an update on that Region 5 game between Dallas Eastfield and Dallas Richland, but the live stream was cut off.
Oh.
It ended, so I don't have a final score. I don't have any further information, and the NJCAA website hasn't updated yet. It was a 17-3 score, so I would assume that unless anything crazy happened, kind of like St. Cloud Tech earlier today, unless anything insane off the wall happened, as here's a nice play, going to get trailed off the bag though, and he'll reach.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 7, Ernie Polanco.
So here's Polanco. Yeah, I would assume that Richland won because they were up 17-3 in the 7th. But again, we were talking about earlier, it was St. Cloud Tech and I think it was Century. Yes, it was St. Cloud Tech and Century. That game yesterday, the district championship, 24-22 was the final of that one. Here's a tapper out to third. Run will score. And Polanco is retired, but scoring is Doolin. 15-4.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 14, Angel Martinez.
Now here's Martinez again, who homered in the bottom of the 6th. But yeah, that game from the North Plains region, 24-22. I don't know how you manage that, but like I said, going into the bottom of the 9th. Oh, Martinez smacks this one in the center field. This one will be playable. Runner will go back, and it's 2 down.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 9, Eddie Hernandez.
So here's Hernandez. I think they're finally starting to realize that, oh, if we want to get this game in, if we want to complete the championship and get it done, regardless of what you do, because right now I don't think that unless Game 3 goes incredibly fast, which neither game has gone incredibly fast today. Hold on here. Line drive right center field. Hits keep on coming. That one drops in the gap. That will be an RBI single off the bat of Hernandez. Scoring is Mastero. Or no, I'm sorry.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 10, Wyatt Hoffman.
Here's Hoffman now. So D'Alessandro was the one who came in to score. 3 runs this inning for RCSJ. And that's hit number 19. And it is 16-4. And consider the fact that these guys played each other 48 hours ago, and it was a 11-4 result. Look out, that one hits the concrete. It's 0-1. But yeah, that St. Cloud Tech and Century game, 24-11 going into the bottom of the ninth. Century scores 11 runs in the bottom half and still loses 24-22. The NJCAA network will be announcing the bracket and the matchups at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. But as the professor was saying earlier, this game, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. This game and this championship has to be decided by tonight, 11:59 tonight. That is the hard deadline. There is no way around it. What makes it complicated is that, let's say this game, they keep getting runs, they keep getting hits, and we run this game until 5 o'clock. Well, you've got a half an hour field turnaround. If you're really fast, maybe 20, 25 minutes, as there's a hit by pitch. But you can't just stop one game and start another. So, hit by pitch by Hoffman
Next up
brings
for
up
your
Mastero.
Roadrunners, number 22, RJ Mastero.
But if darkness becomes a problem, as long as you get 5 innings in, then it's an official game. And no matter what you do, you're not going to make everybody happy. And that's just how it is. Because if Northampton loses because the darkness fell out, somebody's going to say something stupid, and they're going to accuse somebody of something. That's how it is. It happens. Popped up down the first base line, and it is fouled. 0-1. But there's a lot of potential scenarios that could go down here. And really, I think the question that a lot of people are asking is, what if the game isn't official? Because the game has to be done by tonight. Roadrunners have scored in every inning except for the second. As here's a fly ball to right, hooked into the right field corner, and it's off the glove of the right fielder. That's going to get 1 run in. 2 runs are going to score. Mastero is flying around. He's going to get to third base with a triple. 2-run triple for the former Ram, as he rams into third base to make this 18-4.
Number 33, Gavin Degnan.
Now back to the top of the order as Hernandez comes in to score. And it doesn't even feel like 5 runs have come across, but they have. Man, this has been something. There's a strike. But because there's no, like, that's the big question that everybody's asking is, here's a fly ball on the right. That'll be caught. Side retired. RCSJ, rather nonchalantly, puts up another 5 runs. They have scored 13 in the past 3 innings. We go to the 8th, 18-4, Roadrunners.
Watch it at home for good luck.
Top of the 8th inning, RCSJ leads 18-4. And yeah, so right now, as we said, sunset is 8:12. And right now that doesn't affect anything going on in this game. These guys are still playing as normal. And it's a blowout, yeah. And that one's foul, lands over towards Jack Mastero and those guys down there, Dan Valerio. But it does, like, these guys are just playing as normal right now. There is really no urgency because the belief, and I think this is going to happen as well. Obviously, crossing your fingers, but even if you don't get in the full 9 innings, as long as the game is official, it's something that doesn't have to go deep into a rule book to explain or something for a remedy, because a champion is crowned, you play by the rules, and you move on to Auburn. So where these guys are at, if you get this game done, Northampton will shake off their boots and try to fight back in game 2, but it will basically be a fight to make it an official game. But that also depends on how long this game's running. Popped up. Hit decently well, though, out to left center field, and it's caught one away.
Next up,
So,
number 7, Brandon Ratty.
So Smale is retired. He just brings up Brendan Cummings. He is 1 for 3. Little tapper out towards second base, gets booted and goes into right field. So base hit for error off at second base, and it's the 4th of the night for RCSJ. But 4 errors, it looks bad on paper if they had only scored 1 run, but because they scored 18, that's not what everybody's talking about. They're talking about the 20 hits on the board. Runner goes down to second. He'll try to steal, and he is safe. Northampton trying to get back into it. They did a little bit with 2 runs in the top of the 6th. And then RCSJ quickly put them back down with 5 runs, and it's 0-2 now. One ball, 2 strikes. Two.
Yeah, I really like that.
Downstairs, 3-2. So Gaddy grounds this one out towards second. A run will score. And throw was a little wide, and he tags him out. No, he gets around it and he's safe. He just did the swim move. And he's going to have one of the slowest errors I've ever seen.
Alexander Ruiz.
And here is Ruiz now. Wow. He just kind of walked around it. There's a strike. Now we just got an answer from Coach Ryan Hunter. He is the head coach of Delaware County. And big thanks to him for pointing this out to us. Says here's a ground ball through the right side. That's going to be a base hit. It skips off the lip of the grass. And that is hit number 7 for Northampton. This brings up Rob Farino.
Next up, number
So
20,
that got
Rob
1 run
Farino.
home on the previous play. Now it's 18-5. So he said, here's your answer to the question on the live stream. This is straight from Region 19 Baseball Sport Code. And it says, should play not be concluded on the final play date, the highest seed of teams still remaining in the tournament will advance to the national or district tournament. So RCSJ would go by default because they are the top seed if the winner-take-all game does not finish. So again, big thanks to Ryan Hunter there. That's a big piece of information here. As a fly ball in the right center field, straight away, and it's caught. Both runners retreat, and there is 2 outs.
Next up, number 23, Luis Vieto.
And depending on who you ask, that could create some controversy no matter who you ask, but that could create a couple interesting discussions, considering that this game is right now, and in fact just now, hit the 3-hour mark. Man, we've still got the bottom of the 8th and the 9th inning to play. That one's crushed deep out to left field, and that ball is gone. 3-run home run for Beto. And now this game is turning into big slugfest territory. It's going to be 18-8. As a slow trot around the bases, he gets met by his head coach.
Next up, number 12, Gabriel Casso.
And they need more baseballs because that one went out of the yard. 18-8 now.
I just wanted to explain that. I know it's happens every year, but you just never know when. You know what I mean?
3-0. Again, from Coach Ryan Hunter, final score was 17-4 Richland in that South Central final. And it's 3-1. And foul back. That was a rocket, and it ends up going across the street. Foul back again. But Northampton has made this somewhat of a game again. 3-run home run by Luis Beto, and now a walk to Gabriel Casso brings up Peter Crosis. This is the 8th batter of the inning. So, hey, a four spot. I mean, remember, this is the team that 47 wins on the year, and they beat RCSJ 11-4 in Game 1 on Friday in the first round. So, by no means is Northampton a sloppy team. By no means are they a sloppy team. And here's the first pitch. Runner goes, and he'll get in there standing up. That'll be scored as a defensive indifference. RCSJ does have a right-hander warming up in the pen. It's 2-0. Just needs to get this last out, and now right away, pitching coach is coming out here for a chat. Tune in on Saturday, June 1st at 7 p.m. as DWB unveils its 2024 fall football schedule. 18 games over 8 weeks of a regular season, including our second annual Thanksgiving game, will be unveiled on June 1st. We'll have a whole panel at a round table, kind of like an ESPN College Game Day thing. It's going to be fun, and we'll be happy to announce what games we're covering, and also a very special deal that we are going to be announcing that night as well. Stay tuned for coverage, and stay tuned on our Twitter/X at DW Broadcasting. Mound Visit charged against RCSJ. Today, total 26 runs scored. Northampton is very slowly but surely battling back. 3-0. And this is how you battle back. But Northampton also has to realize that if they've got this momentum now, I know it sounds crazy, but this is one of those scenarios where if they stall and if they lag and then they start game 3 and don't complete it, then they lose and they are out of the tournament and they don't advance to Auburn because of this darkness provision. And again, big thanks to Coach Ryan Hunter of Delco for introducing that to us. So obviously this is a situation that involves a lot of math, involves a lot of thinking, and involves just a lot of logistical, deep thought, as it's 0-1 to Barroso, the 9th batter of the frame here with 2 outs. Curveball misses, 1-1. Because if Northampton keeps scoring runs, let's say they come back and lose like 18-17, game runs for another hour and a half, maybe game runs for another hour and 15 minutes and the game ends at 5:45. Well, then you have a 30-minute turnaround for starting the new field. Game starts at 6:15. And then you've got to get through 5 innings in 2 hours, which sounds crazy, or it sounds crazy that they wouldn't be able to do that, but consider the fact that the first 5 innings of this game took over 2 hours to complete. So it's a lot of logistics, and I'm not the guy to be a Debbie Downer. I think they can get it done, but I think right now the prospect of getting a full 9 innings in Game 3 is not going to happen. That one's outside. I just don't think that's going to happen. But that also begs the question, A, they don't have lights here. There's no turf. There's a lot of people that have been asking why are we not playing at a site that has those amenities? As there's a base hit down the right field line, that will get a run home for Northampton. And scoring is Casso.
Next up,
Barroso advances to second. And Barroso gets a base hit for their 9th run and their 9th hit of the night. And it's 18-9. So, who would have thought? 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Northampton answers and responds and matches with 5 of their own. By the way, Phillies did beat the Nationals 11-5. There's a strike. One count. It's tapped foul. It's 1-2. Just needs one more to get out of the jam. They've got another southpaw warming up in the pen. There's the 1-2. Little grounder out towards first, picked up, and he got him. Inning over. Northampton gets 5 runs on the board, and all of a sudden this game is out of reach to some, but hey, think about what Century University did yesterday versus St. Cloud Tech. Anything is possible. It's 18-9 going to the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th. Northampton will bat their 1, 2, and 3 men in the top of the 9th, but RCSJ gets Juan Peralta to appeal down to first. Says yes, 0-1. Peralta, Doolan, and D'Alessandro for RCSJ, 2, 3, and 4 in the bottom of the 8th. Peralta gives this one a ride in the left center field, and this ball is gone. Peralta drives one out for RCSJ's third homer of the night. Degnan had one, which feels like light years ago, along with Martinez, and now Peralta drives one out in the left, and it's 19-9.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 6, Caden Doolan.
So it's now a 10-run game again on hit number 21, 19-9. That one is outside. Here's Doolan. He is 3 for 5 tonight. Strike called.
Come on, Caden!
2 balls, 1 strike. Fouled back.
Come on, Caden! You got it.
2-2. Down, 3-2.
Come on, Caden!
It's one thing that makes a quiet crowd very interesting is that you can hear every motion, you can hear every grunt from the pitchers. It's very interesting. Oh, look out. Whether that was ball 4 or it hit him, Northampton wants a foul ball called here.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 28, Max D'Alessandro.
So here's D'Alessandro.
Come on, Max.
And now they're having the umpires meet on this one.
Are you seriously saying that?
And like I said, this sounds crazy to say, but if Northampton, like let's say Northampton makes a crazy 9th inning, they score maybe 9 runs and like 19-18 final. Game ends like 45 minutes later. You're only going to have maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to get those 5 innings in. And like I said, that sounds crazy. But this game that we're watching right now took 2 hours to get 5 innings in.
What time did we start this game?
3 hours.
So we're gonna have a mound visit here, and we're gonna have a pitching change. So 3 hours and 13 minutes, and we've still got another inning to play. We'll be right back, 19-9. All right, the freshman from Agora Cyber High School, Joey Cook, the right-hander here for Northampton in the bottom of the 8th, 19-9. As the Alessandro is up after the hit by pitch by Doolin. Outside, 1-0.
Come on, Max.
In a small sample size, Cook has not allowed any runs this year in 2 appearances, but only 1 1/3 innings.
Who's jinxed that?
Fly ball, country mile high, and foul. Landed somewhere. I think it landed in the swamp/marsh down there. 1 1/3 inning. 1 1/3 innings, 1 walk. Has only faced 5 batters in his freshman campaign. And that was versus Luzerne County and RCSJ Cumberland. This is his first pitching appearance in nearly a month. The last one was April 20th versus RCSJ Cumberland, and on the 14th versus Luzerne County, where he pitched an inning. Only had a third of a frame versus the Dukes. 3-1.
Come on, Max.
3 balls, 1 strike to the Lenape alum D'Alessandro. Man, launches that one into the infield. Going over to third, no. Calling for it is Ruiz. He makes the catch, 1 away. Here's Polanco.
Next up for your Roadrunners, number 7, Ernie Polanco.
This is for everybody on this RCSJ team. This is their 6th go-around in the order. Polanco had a single, a pop-out, and a ground-out. So he is 3 for 5 tonight. Popped up first base side. It'll go out. I think the longest 9-inning game I've done was actually earlier this year. You might have been there for that, Vince. Penn State Abington and Rutgers Camden. That was March 1st.
They were freezing.
It was very cold. I think Rutgers Camden won that game like 7-1, something like that. And it was 3 hours and 34 minutes. And we are 3 hours and 18 minutes into this one in the bottom of the 8th. Man. Had our fair share of long balls, too. I mean, these guys have been slugging the bats really well. Popped up, right field side, going over again, and it's out. Clangs off the grandstand. Now they need another baseball.
Come on, Ernie.
1-2. Two. Swing and a miss. Polanco down on strikes, 2 away. Back-to-back outs for Northampton.
Number 14, Angel Martinez.
Now, of course, this game seems long, but this pales in comparison to the longest game ever, 1981, between the Pawtucket Red Sox and the Rochester Red Wings. Now, the Red Wings at the time were the Twins affiliate. The Pawtucket Paw Sox have always been the Red Sox affiliate. That game went 33 innings. 18 hits for Rochester, 21 for Pawtucket, and the first pitch tapped foul. And that game went 33 innings, took over 8 hours, over 2 separate days to complete. Now, the reason why I say that is because it was halted at 4:09 a.m. in the 23rd or 24th inning. It was halted because there was a curfew at the ballpark, and there was a curfew in the town, and there were noise complaints coming in from Pawtucket residents because they were trying to sleep, and there's a baseball game going on. can't sleep with a baseball game going on. So they halted the game at 4:09 a.m. and they resumed it. Oh, that's off the first base bag. It's a fair ball down into the right field corner. This might be 20. They're going to give him the go-ahead. Here comes the throw. It'll be late. Run scores. Make that 20 for RCSJ as an RBI triple that laced off the first base bag. And now we've got a pinch hitter here. Number 11, Gabriel Reyes.
Gabriel Reyes.
So here's Reyes. Timeout called by the home plate umpire, as he had to put in that fella's name. So an RBI triple by Martinez makes it 20-9. But the game was halted in the middle of extra innings, and it was resumed at 1 o'clock the next day. So I apologize. This was the story when they ended it. So 4:09 a.m. was the 32nd inning, and when they called it, and they brought the game back on the air, I think it was like 4 o'clock the next day. What had happened was that it only took 18 minutes on the second day to end the contest. (0-1). And one of the craziest parts about that 33-inning game is that because people had heard about the event overnight, when it resumed the next day, the crowd went from nearly empty to being entirely sold out. The games had actually gone like from day 1 to day 2 with an incredibly drastic switch in the crowd. Like, it was a random May or rather June date. You know, nobody was really there on the weekday for the game. And, of course, nobody was there at 4 a.m. It's 2-1. Fouled back. But then it ended up, when it was resumed, so many people had heard about this 33-inning game that was going to be resumed. They flooded the parking lots, and 6,000 people showed up to the small stadium to watch the final 20 minutes of the game because it was a walk-off in the 33rd, which is an absurd number to say. 2-2. Upstairs, 3-2. And actually, one of the fellas who got was on base when the winning run scored, Wade Boggs, back when he was in the Red Sox organization as a rookie. But it set over 10 professional records for most putouts, most at-bats, most strikeouts, most assists, most innings, most at-bats, and most plate appearances for both teams.
Next up for your Roadrunners,
here's a walk to
number 10,
Reyes.
Wyatt Hoffman.
So Reyes walks, now bringing up Hoffman with 2 runners on. So in the 33-inning game, combined between both teams, there were 219 at-bats in that game. And it was a 3-2 game, too. So each team scored once. Each team scored once in regulation. Each team shared a run in the 21st inning. So Rochester scored once in the top of the 21st. Pawtucket scored in the bottom half of the 21st. And then they didn't score until Pawtucket won it in the bottom of the 33rd. 2-0. And for players like Dave Koza, Chico Walker, and Lee Graham, and also for Rochester, Cal Ripken Jr., also on that team, they set plate appearance and at-bats record where Ripken, in that game, had 14 at-bats in one game. But the most hilarious part of it all was that they played 33 innings, called the game to the curfew, and then the game restarted and it ended in 20 minutes. So all of that to start on the second day, only for a 20-minute final after that. But yeah, there's your story about long baseball games. And of course, those kind of games are unheard of now in the post-COVID era with the pitch clock, the runner on second in extra innings, which is actually something carried over from Japan in the NPB. in the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He tags him, and the side is retired. RCSJ is up 11 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They get 2 runs home, including on a home run by Peralta. We go to the 9th, 20-9. All right. Final stretch here for RCSJ. Here in the top of the 9th, 20-9. As there's a strike. Northampton brought 9 men to the plate, and now it is Gaddy, Ruiz, and Farino. Actually, excuse me, no. Brendan Cummings. And then Gotti and Ruiz. Remember, if RCSJ hangs on to this lead, we would play a do-or-die game 2 of this championship double elimination series because Northampton is 2-0 in the tournament. They beat Brookdale 12-10, beat RCSJ 11-4, but are now trailing 20-9 to the Roadrunners. 1-2 with outside to Brendan Cummings. New pitcher for the Roadrunners is Patrick Carback, the lefty out of Eastern Regional.
Yeah.
Outside.
She's going to take him over. Marie's going to take him right after the game over behind the dugout.
1.84 ERA for the freshman Carback. 11 appearances, 14 and 2/3 innings, 1.3 whip, and a 17 strikeout mark. High chopper over the middle. Nice stop at short, and he is out. Oh. Tough call there.
Next up, number 11, Brandon Ratty.
It's hard to get a guy like Brendan Cummings out. It is really, really difficult. So a play like that is very impressive. Brendan Cummings out of Elizabethtown. 9 runs on 9 hits for the Spartans as there's a strike. A 4.01 average. Again, that's partially what's getting him so highly ranked. And 45 stolen bases. That is tied for first in the nation. 518 on-base percentage. But that's the thing about stolen bases is that you can only get stolen bases either if you're put there or if you earn it. If you get on base via any means. So you've got to be a good enough hitter to get on base, but also a good enough base stealer to get there. That's a swing and a miss.
Number 15, Alexander Ruiz.
And we're down to the last call here in game 1. Crowd's finally starting to get a little life into it. 20-9 as Ruiz is at the plate here. He is 1 for 5 tonight. As there is a strike. 0-1. If the ball game continues after Ruiz, Rob Farino would be next. That one's outside, 1-1. Gonna have to count up my scorecard to see how many at-bats that we've had, because if everybody gets 6 times 9, 42. Or no, 40, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, this is why I'm not going to Harvard.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no. Yeah, you're right, 45. 45 on each side, that's upwards of 90. And the 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Just need one more pitch to get it done. Northampton 9 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. They scored 5 runs in the 8th. RCSJ scored in every inning except for the second with 20 runs, 22 hits, and 5 errors. There's a pop-up. This could do it. Down the first base line, going over and calling for it. It is caught by Peralta, and Game 1 of this championship Region 19 series goes to RCSJ. 3 hours, 32 minutes. I don't even think 1997's Titanic was that long. But they get it done. 29 runs scored, a grand total of 31 hits, and 6 errors. Oh my. They are going to talk about it and see when they're going to start Game 2. I would imagine probably about a half hour, so 5:30. Stay tuned as we've got more coming on the way here from RCSJ. 20-9, your final.